These are my predictions for the Brazil versus Morocco game that's happening at around 1 a.m. my time. It's about 9:30 p.m. and I'm waiting for the kickoff of the Qatar versus Switzerland game. Now, Brazil is ranked 6th, Morocco is ranked 7th. Now, this is more or less going to be a blockbuster type of game. Hopefully, both teams go all the way in. And it's a game in Group C, the first game. The other game is going to be played a little bit later. That is Haiti versus Scotland. Now, both these two teams will more or less qualify for this particular group. But as I've mentioned in previous videos, this is the World Cup. Anything can happen. Single mistake and they're out. Neymar is out. Wesley, El Azuli, that is Abdi of Real Sociedad, he's out, and then another fellow here. But what transpires? Have these teams met before? Actually, if you look at this just a glance, Brazil is scoring in almost all games. The same for Morocco, and they've met at least recently 3 years ago. Morocco beat Brazil 2-1. Now, based on those few statistics there, if we look at the stats for that particular friendly, the shots were 11-14. We also had a good number of fouls, 22-21. Now, in the first half, we had at least Brazil getting 4 shots towards goal, and we had at least 22 throw-ins, and the fouls were 20. Now, I'll not go into much of these details of these games, but you can actually just glance Brazil versus Egypt, Brazil versus Panama, Brazil versus Croatia, because the markets I'm targeting for these games are shots and fouls. So, Brazil versus Egypt, there were 12 shots to 5. In the first half, there were 9. And probably the reason why we had just 3 shots in the second half is because more or less it was a friendly, and then the second goal was scored quite early by Endrick. So probably also the game was played on the 7th of June, and their first kickoff is more or less tomorrow, the 14th or the 13th, depending on where you are in the world. So that could have influenced them not attacking much more. But I do believe they need to go this game hard, and they need to at least get a couple of good shots. Versus Panama, number 6 versus number 34, according to FIFA, they had 20 shots to 16. So the first half there were 8 shots, 8 shots, 8 shots. And as for the fouls, Brazil committed at least 7 fouls. So, and versus Egypt in the first half, they committed at least 7 fouls. So Brazil are kind of bullying the other teams, and I think that is also going to be the scenario with the Morocco game. Brazil versus Croatia, they had 13 shots, Croatia had 12. The fouls were 12 to 13. So in the first half, Brazil had 9 shots versus 4, and then they committed 8 fouls, and Croatia committed 7. So now, that's for the Brazil section. As for Morocco, right here, versus Norway, versus Madagascar, versus Burundi. More or less teams, maybe Norway's, number 31. Versus Norway, they had 13 shots to 9, and they committed how many fouls? They committed 6 fouls to 12, but Norway does not really commit that many fouls. But in the first half, they actually did not commit any foul. That's tricky. And then as for Morocco versus Madagascar, they had 20 shots to 2. They committed 12 fouls, and they committed how many fouls in the first half? They committed 4 fouls in the first half. Now, for the Brazil versus Morocco game, the markets I'm targeting are the shots towards goal and the fouls. Now, for shots towards goal, I have Brazil getting at least 6.5 shots before halftime at 1.76 odds, and I also have Brazil getting 12.5 shots towards goal full time at 1.56 odds. That's my prediction for that, and I'm going for the individual team here because I do believe Brazil has a point to prove, and they're going to do everything they can. They have the firepower, and as much as Morocco is going to be defending, at least to get a draw or just a sneaky win, they're going to do their very best. But I do feel that with the likes of Rafinha, Endrick, Vinicius, we'll probably get the first 7 shots towards goal for Brazil first half, and then full time 13 shots towards goal or more. Now, as for the fouls, let's see, Brazil versus Morocco. Let's see who the referee for this game is. I do believe his name is Slovako. Right here, Slavko. Right there, he gives up at least 4 yellow cards per game. Let's see the international games he has refed. Sweden versus Poland, and then we've got any other international games. France versus Ukraine. So in Sweden versus Poland, the statistics, the foul statistics, he gave 15 fouls. That's about 14 fouls in the first half. And then we've got France versus Ukraine. Let's see the number of fouls he actually delivered in this particular game. There were 19 fouls, and we had at least 10 fouls in the first half. Now, my prediction for the Brazil versus Morocco game in terms of fouls is at least they're going to be 11.5 fouls in the first half at 1.54 odds, and we are going to get at least 24 fouls full game. So that is what I have for this particular game, and based on a couple of statistics I've looked at, and my gut feeling is also telling me that is actually going to be like that. Again, Brazil versus Morocco in the same group with Haiti versus Scotland, the game that we'll be analyzing next. But as for this video, what I'm concerned with is not both teams to score or who wins or whoever. It's just shots towards goal and the fouls. So as I mentioned, Brazil to get at least 7 shots before halftime, and then 13 shots by full time. As for the fouls, both teams to commit at least 11.5 fouls HT, that is total, and over 24 fouls full time. Those are my predictions for the Brazil versus Morocco game. Let me know yours in the comments. See you in the next video.